This video will give you an introduction to standard vanilla Markdown. Almost all the Markdown elements we'll show you in this video, like headings, quotes, bold and italic font variants, should work on any platform that supports Markdown. That includes platforms like Reddit, Stack Overflow, GitHub, and many others. Keep in mind, Scipress has Cypress-specific Markdown features like admonitions, blur screens, and popovers. Those features are part of Cypress's extended Markdown, meaning those features will only work on Scipress. But in this video, we're going to talk mostly about standard Markdown features that work on all platforms that support Markdown. To get started, we'll create a new post and delete all the boilerplate content so that we're starting from a blank slate. One of the simplest elements to create are headings, which you can make by preceding some text with 1 to 6 hash marks. For example, if I put # space hello world, I get a big level 1 heading. If I put 2 hash marks, the heading becomes a level 2 heading, which is a little bit smaller. 3 hash marks makes it a level 3 heading, and so on. One thing that's special about Scipress is that headings in a post automatically become part of the post's navigation in the sidebar. Headings also get a permalink, so people can share links that point to specific sections within a post. Now let's give our post some dummy pros. You can make a piece of text bold by wrapping it in double asterisks. The easy way to do this in Scipress is to highlight the text and press Command B if you're on Mac or Control B if you're on Windows. If you want to make some text italic, wrap it in a single set of underscores. Or do it the easy way by highlighting the text and pressing Command I if you're on Mac or Control I if you're on Windows. You can also strike through text by wrapping it in double tildes. If you forget one of these Markdown features, you can right-click a bit of highlighted text and select a modification from the context window. By the way, most Markdown features are composable, meaning you can combine them. For example, you could make text bold and italic and stricken through, like this. You can make a quote block in Markdown by preceding text with a right caret. If your quote needs to include multiple paragraphs, just start each line with a right caret. You can make a horizontal rule by typing 3 or more dashes on their own line. This creates a horizontal line that's useful for dividing 2 sections of content. If you want to add a comment or note in your post that's for your eyes only, you can type left caret exclamation -- space, followed by your comment, followed by -- right caret. This is the same way you'd write a comment in HTML. In Scipress, comments like this will be visible in the post editor, but they won't be rendered in your post HTML. One of the trickier Markdown elements to master are ordered and unordered lists. You can make an ordered list by starting each line with a number and a period like this. Or you could use dashes or asterisks to make it an unordered list. You can also nest a list within a list by preceding the inner list with 4 spaces so that it's aligned with its parent element. Similarly, you can include multiple paragraphs of content within a single list item by preceding each paragraph with enough spaces to align it with the start of the list item, like this. If you want to make a link in Markdown, the simplest way is to paste a URL in your text. It'll automatically be rendered as a clickable link. But that can look a bit ugly, so it's more common to give links a display that's different from the actual URL. To do that, type your display text in square brackets, then append your link URL in parentheses. You can even include other Markdown features in the display text. For example, here we'll make the display text bold. This is what's known as an inline link because the URL lives directly inside the post content. If you have a bunch of long, ugly URLs, they can be a bit distracting, so you may prefer to use reference-style links. With reference-style links, you place all your URLs at the bottom of your post, each preceded by a unique key in square brackets like this. Wherever those keys appear in square brackets in your post content, they'll be replaced with the corresponding URL. Images and videos in Markdown work much like links. The general pattern to embed an image is exclamation mark, followed by square brackets with the image title, followed by parentheses with the image URL. The image title can be blank, but it's useful for SEO and displaying a placeholder when the image doesn't load properly. In Scipress, the easy way to add an image to your post is to drag and drop it directly into the editor. This automatically uploads the image to your Scipress files and then references the uploaded image in your post. You'll notice that the image path doesn't even need to be a fully qualified URL as long as it matches the name of one of your uploaded files. The last Markdown feature we'll look at here are tables. You can make a table in Markdown by essentially drawing the table with a combination of dashes, pipes, and colons. In practice, the easiest way to make a table in Markdown is to copy and tweak an existing example, or to use a Markdown table generator tool. One thing we didn't talk about is code. Specifically, code blocks and inline code. These are standard Markdown features, but we'll cover them in a separate video because Scipress adds a lot of additional functionality to these elements.